What is up, guys? In this video we're going to be doing an oil change on the Nissan 370Z. It's right behind me. I just took it out of the garage. It's been a few months since I've changed the oil. I don't really drive the car a lot, so I always take about 3 months and I just check the oil to make sure it's okay. I make sure it's not low or anything. I never had any issues with my oil being low, but I've heard of some people that there's some oil consumption when it comes to their cars. But I haven't had any issues with mine, especially because mine has low miles. It's a 09 with only about 30,000 miles on it, so I hardly ever drive it. I bought it like 2 years ago and I've put about 5,000 miles on it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you everything that you need, so let's get to it. To do your oil change, you're going to need 5W30 oil. You can use whichever oil you want to use. I mainly use Mobil 1. It's also the oil that Nissan actually uses, but you're also going to need an oil filter. I'm going with K&N. The code at the bottom is HP1008, just in case you guys decide to go with this oil filter. And you're also going to need smaller quarts of Mobil 1 oil. You only need 1 gallon and you need the small quart, but I decided to get another one just in case something happens and I need an extra. So let's get to it. We're going to go ahead and jack up the car. Oh yeah, also don't forget you're going to be needing one of these to be able to drain the oil in. That way you don't get it all over your floor. Alright, let's go ahead and pop up the hood. Alright, now what we want to do is loosen this bolt right here. Once you take that off, the oil is going to start dripping out. And make sure you have your catch. The thing is going to catch your oil right here. And then you're going to loosen the oil filter after you're done with that. At this point, what you want to do is just wait until the oil completely drains from the system, and then you want to clean it off with a dry rag or something, whatever you have. I do have a Mishimoto oil cooler, so mine does. My oil filter does take out a little bit more, and it might require a little bit more oil than you normally would use. But here's how it looks. It pretty much have the lines going through the oil filter, and then they go all the way into the filter itself, which is over here. So yeah, I've had the oil filter for about, I would say, a year already, and I've never had any issues with my Mishimoto oil cooler. So I recommend it. A lot of people don't like it, say they have a lot of issues with it, but I've never had any issues since I've had it on my car. So yep, let's go over to the next part. Now what you want to do is you want to grab some of your new oil, and you want to place it around the ring of the new oil filter. And let's go ahead and place it on the car. Alright guys, we have the oil filter installed. Now, make sure you don't over tighten it. If you do, it's going to be extremely hard or difficult to remove if you want to do your oil change again. The K&N filter does come with that, I don't know what you want to call that, the little hex to be able to remove it if it's too tight. But if you just don't over tighten it, you should be able to take it off by hand. And then you have the drain plug. The drain plug, do not over tighten that. If you over tighten it, you could break the oil pan, and replacing the oil pan is not going to be fun because you have all these bolts that you got to remove, and then I'm pretty sure you got to get a new gasket, and it's not going to be fun. So don't over tighten it, just tighten it by hand. I would use just one hand. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by putting the first gallon inside of the actual engine, and then I'm going to drain the old oil into that container to see how much oil actually came out of there, because if you see that pretty much the whole gallon came out, and then there's a little bit more left in there, then you know that you're going to need to put more oil inside the car. Alright, so as that's going on, let's go ahead and check the bottom, make sure no oil is coming out. As you can see, nothing seems to be dripping. I will go ahead and go under the actual car, double check that nothing's coming out of the oil drain plug or the filter, and then you can continue to keep adding oil. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab the oil that was inside of this thing here, put it in there, and let's see how much actually came out of the car. Alright guys, so as we were draining the oil, this one actually got full until the 4 quarts, and there's still a little bit of oil left inside of the actual plug that's in here, or the gallon that we have here. So that means that we most likely have to add a little bit more oil than what we put in there initially. So let's go ahead and start doing that, and then we can start draining the oil from this one in here and there. Let's go ahead and check the oil to see the level or where it's at. So it seems to be a little low. It's about right here, closer to the low sign, so we're gonna add a little bit more. I only added about half of this small quart, so we're gonna see where it's at right now. And then we're gonna go ahead and turn the car on, let it idle, and we're gonna check it again to make sure everything's okay. So right now it's actually right in the middle. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't even see that. Now we're gonna allow the engine to warm up. Once it warms up, we're gonna go ahead and turn it off, check where the oil's at, and we're pretty good to go. And then we can go ahead and take a test drive to see if it's running okay, if anything's wrong. But as long as you check the oil and the oil level is right, there should be no issues at all. You should be fine. Alright, the engine oil seems to be right in the middle, so we're gonna go ahead and take a test drive, see how it runs. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and go for a test drive, make sure everything's working good. My car to AutoZone and drop off the oil, because they recycle the oil or something like that. So I went over there to pretty much drop it off. So far the car's running really good. No issues at all, no check engine lights, nothing. As long as you measure it and you're checking the oil, how much you're putting in there, and it's right in the middle, you're gonna be fine. No issues. And as long as everything was tightened up at the bottom, it's gonna be good. So yeah, I'm heading home right now, just testing it out, see how it feels. So I'm gonna do like a little pull for you guys. I love this exhaust. This exhaust is like, it's quiet, and then when you put it into gear, it sounds sick, man. Like if you downshift, you'll hear it. Watch, I'll show you guys. like I was saying, like you just downshift and it sounds sick, man. It's I have HKS full catback exhaust with AM high flow cats, so this is like the best exhaust if you want it to be quiet. And once you add like some test pipes or some high flow cats, it sounds a lot better. Like when I first installed it, just with the catback, it was not loud at all. It was like a little bit louder than stock. And then once I added the high flow cat, it sounded a lot better. Like it's so much fun, dude. Like just downshifting and hearing the car, man, it sounds sick. I'll rev it for you guys. Let me hear it. That's pretty much gonna conclude the video. I hope you guys liked it. Oil change yourself is actually pretty easy. The dealer will charge you about $90 to $100 just to do the oil change, and you can do it for about $40 just buying the materials and everything, doing it yourself. And yeah, to me, it's just you're saving money pretty much doing it yourself. I went to the dealership like about a few months ago, and they were trying to charge me like $100 just to do the oil change. So I was like, but yeah, they tried to charge me like $90, so I was like, nah, I'd rather do it myself. I got the materials, got everything for like $40. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to be installing a Q50 carbon fiber spoiler, and it should look pretty sick.